The link between gut health and mental health, the delicate interaction between our digestive system and emotional well-being has been highlighted by the growing focus of the connection between gut health and mental health in recent years. This connection is mostly made possible via the gut-brain axis, in which mood and brain functions are influenced by gut microbiota. In this video, we will highlight 7 key points that illustrate this connection. Number 7. Gut-brain axis. The gastrointestinal system and the central nervous system are tightly connected by the gut-brain axis, a complex communication network that allows information to continuously flow between these two essential systems. The 3 primary routes that mediate this link are immunological, hormonal, and neurological. A vital part of the parasympathetic nervous system, the vagus nerve acts as a direct conduit between the gut and the brain, sending messages regarding emotional states, satiety, and intestinal health. For instance, the stomach can send messages to the brain that might cause anxiety or sadness when it is under stress, which can be brought on by things like inflammation or microbial imbalance. Hormonal signaling is also important. Stomach cells release hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which affect mood and cognitive abilities in addition to controlling appetite. Additionally, the immune system participates in this discussion by means of cytokines, which are signaling molecules that mediate immunological responses and inflammation. An excess of pro-inflammatory cytokines can result from gut dysbiosis, which can impact brain function and exacerbate mood problems. This reciprocal exchange of information highlights how important gut health is for emotional control, cognitive function, and digestive functions. Number 6. Microbiome's role. Comprising billions of species including bacteria, viruses, fungus, and archaea, the human gut microbiome is an extraordinarily complex ecosystem that together carries out vital tasks for human health. Genetics, diet, environment, and lifestyle choices all influence the composition of each person's microbiome. By generating metabolites that can affect brain function, several bacterial strains have been shown in recent studies to play important roles in mental health. For example, it has been demonstrated that during the fermentation of dietary fibers, some strains of lactobacillus and bifidobacterium create short-chain fatty acids, which have neuroprotective qualities and can affect brain function by crossing the blood-brain barrier. Furthermore, by encouraging anti-inflammatory pathways and suppressing pro-inflammatory ones, beneficial bacteria can alter the immune response. On the other hand, dysbiosis, which is defined by an imbalance in microbial variety, can result in higher concentrations of dangerous bacteria that generate inflammatory and toxic substances. This imbalance has been connected to a number of mental illnesses, including despair and anxiety. Knowing the precise functions that various microbial species perform in mental health creates new opportunities for therapeutic approaches that use probiotics or dietary modifications to restore microbial equilibrium. Number 5. Impact on mental health. Scientific studies are beginning to acknowledge the connection between the composition of the gut microbiota and mental health consequences. An imbalance in gut bacteria known as dysbiosis has been linked to a number of mental illnesses, including schizophrenia, major depressive disorder, and anxiety disorders. According to research, people with MVD frequently have higher amounts of potentially harmful bacteria like Escherichia coli or Clostridium species and lower levels of helpful bacteria like Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium. Because of the release of endotoxins from dangerous bacteria that enter the circulation through a weakened gut barrier, this change in microbiota may result in increased systemic inflammation. Furthermore, new research indicates that particular microbial metabolites such as SCFAs may affect the brain's neurotransmitter production and neuroinflammatory responses. For example, it has been demonstrated that butyrate, a form of SCFA, increases neurogenesis, the development of new neurons in the hippocampus, while lowering inflammation linked to mood disorders. Researchers are starting to investigate gut microbiota as possible biomarkers for psychiatric illness diagnosis and targets for therapeutic interventions as a result of these associations between microbial composition and mental health issues. Number 4. Influence of diet. A major determinant of gut microbiota makeup and general mental health outcomes is diet. Which bacteria flourish in the gut is directly influenced by dietary choices. Diets high in fiber from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and legumes encourage the growth of good bacteria, while inhibiting the growth of bad strains. For instance, gut bacteria ferment dietary fibers to produce SCFAs like butyrate, propionate, and acetate, which have all been connected to better mood regulation and decreased inflammation. On the other hand, diets heavy in unhealthy fats and processed sugars can cause dysbiosis, which is marked by elevated inflammation and decreased microbial diversity, 2 known risk factors for sadness and anxiety. The Mediterranean diet is often regarded as being especially good for mental health because it emphasizes complete foods that are high in antioxidants found in fruits and vegetables, fiber found in whole grains, and omega-3 fatty acids found in fish. Studies have indicated that following this eating pattern is linked to decreased rates of depression across a variety of demographics and age groups. Furthermore, adding fermented foods to one's diet, such as kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, and yogurt, can introduce healthy microorganisms into the intestinal environment. In addition to increasing microbial diversity, these foods include bioactive substances that may have a good impact on mood regulation by influencing the production of neurotransmitters. Number 3. Neurotransmitter production. The generation of neurotransmitters, which are essential for mood control and cognitive functions, is greatly influenced by gut microbes. The neurotransmitter known as the feel-good hormone serotonin is made in the gastrointestinal tract around 90% of the time rather than in the brain. Serotonin availability for brain function can be increased by some strains of gut bacteria that improve the metabolism of tryptophan, the amino acid precursor to serotonin. For example, it has been demonstrated that some lactobacillus species upregulate tryptophan hydroxylase, the enzyme that transforms tryptophan into serotonin. This results in increased amounts of serotonin that are available for neurotransmission within the synaptic clefts of the brain. Furthermore, gut bacteria also create other neurotransmitters such as gamma-aminobutyric acid, an inhibitory neurotransmitter that helps reduce anxiety symptoms by calming neuronal activity in the central nervous system. The connection between neurotransmitter production and gut microbiota composition emphasizes how important it is to maintain a healthy microbiome. For the best possible emotional health, disturbances in this balance can result in mood disorders as well as cognitive impairments like memory loss or trouble focusing. Number 2. Inflammation connection. One consequence of dysbiosis is increased intestinal permeability, which is commonly known as leaky gut. Tight connections between intestinal epithelial cells control what enters the circulation when the body is healthy, but they can be weakened when dysbiosis arises as a result of things like poor food or ongoing stress. This permits undigested food particles and toxins, such lipopolysaccharides, to enter the bloodstream, which sets off an immunological reaction that causes inflammation all over the body, including the brain. Studies have demonstrated that mood disorders are linked to elevated levels of pro-inflammatory cytokines that arise from this process. People who suffer from depression frequently have elevated levels of cytokines such as interleukin-6 or tumor necrosis factor alpha. By influencing serotonin receptors or changing dopamine metabolism, chronic inflammation can interfere with neurotransmitter signaling pathways, which are both essential for preserving emotional stability. Additionally, neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to change both physically and functionally, can be impacted by inflammatory cytokines. Neuroplasticity is crucial for learning and memory processes, which are frequently compromised in mood disorders. Systemic inflammation may be considerably reduced, and mental health outcomes may be enhanced by addressing gut health through dietary modifications or focused probiotic treatments meant to restore microbial balance. Number 1. Therapeutic potential. The study of probiotics that explicitly target mental health, or psychobiotics, is a rapidly emerging topic that has great potential for creating innovative treatment strategies for mental illnesses caused by imbalances in gut health. According to preliminary studies, some probiotic strains may help reduce the symptoms of depression and anxiety by balancing the gut microbiome or favorably affecting the neurotransmitter synthesis pathways that are involved in mood regulation. For example, research has shown that Lactobacillus rhamnosus may lessen stress-related behaviors by modifying GABA receptor activation in the brain, a mechanism essential for controlling anxiety in people who are prone to stress reactions. Other studies have looked into how certain probiotic formulations can improve mood by boosting healthy metabolic pathways in the gut microbiome that support brain function generally, or by having anti-inflammatory effects. Even so, until more thorough clinical trials develop reliable protocols for using probiotics as adjunctive treatments for mental health issues across a range of populations with different needs, it is crucial to approach psychobiotic therapy cautiously, even though these findings are encouraging and some clinical trials have shown promising results. We may soon see integrative strategies aimed at enhancing gut health become a standard part of traditional mental health care practices, as our understanding of this complex relationship between gut health and mental well-being grows through ongoing research efforts worldwide, including large-scale longitudinal studies. By being aware of these links between gut health and mental health, people can make proactive dietary and lifestyle decisions to enhance their physical and mental well-being. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.